So let me ask you this. When did you start doing music?
Man, now that we talking about PJ, hey, shout out to my nigga Lamarcus. I'm missing niggas that keep coming. My nigga Lamarcus.
Oh, it's gonna be a list of them. You gonna remember when you see the video.
Herman, my nigga Jarrell. But me and Marcus, bro, you know, we had the, bro, we grew up in the dope. Our shit was the dopest time, bro. Like, our era was the last good ass.
Even in sports and everything.
Bro.
I was telling somebody, I said, bro, we actually lived through the greatest time. We got to see Jordan, we got to see LeBron, we got to see Kobe, we got to see Tom Brady.
We the last ones to live through the split.
Yeah.
Right? So we was the generation where the algorithm hit us in the face.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have a choice. We came in 7th grade one day and they was like, this is what we doing now. We like, what?
I remember when they first brought Facebook out, they were telling us, I said, what? What the fuck is Facebook?
Yeah. So we the last one to see both. We the last one to not need it, right?
And now we see the side that need it.
We sit inside the need. Both of those generations don't have that.
I ain't never thought of it like that.
Yeah, the one that, bro, our kids are born not knowing that shit didn't exist just.
And they fucked up. They fucked up. Yeah. They fucked up. I mean, I don't want to say they just fucked up in the head, but they fucked up because everything is social media.
For sure. Everything's so fast.
They don't remember going back and doing their homework. I remember nothing.
Bro, you remember having to call a nigga?
Nigga, you remember a beeper?
Hold on, no. I had told some kids that they was like, nigga, what? You remember having to call a nigga? You could supposed to be there at 8. Mm-hmm. You call him at 7:30.
Yeah.
You get there at 8, he not there or she not there.
Yeah.
The only option was to sit there or go to a payphone. But you didn't think about that time where
you don't even see payphone no more.
You didn't really panic though. You was like, oh, they're just not.
Now you gonna panic.
Now, if you ain't there at 8, at 7:59, I'm on the phone. Hey, bro, I just pulled up. It was a different space. You know
we lived through the greatest. I feel like just me personally. We lived through the greatest times of in humans race from the 90s, from the late 90s, mid 90s, 2000. Bro, that was. I was just telling the nigga. I said, bro, the mid to late 90s and the 2000s, that was the greatest era of music.
A lot of shit.
That was the greatest era.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit we saw get put in place hasn't changed. Think about 9/11, bro.
Yeah.
The world has not changed since 9/11. Everything we're in now is a derivative of that day. All of it. The way we fly, the way everything came from that day. So again, we lived through a space where it was the big bang, the big change of like, okay, this is gonna be the rest of life, which we didn't really know then, but you know now that's what it is, bro. So yeah, shout out to Lil Rock, man. If you didn't know, I ain't never hear that shit. I say it on songs, it's on my Facebook. West Side 12th Street Pierce, man.
Cause you popped up in the D, and see me knowing you and you being some kin to me, and the P, everybody gonna see this nigga my cousin. First cousin.
Hey, so you know how niggas say that now? My twin, my cousin. Now I mean like Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Nigga, your mom and my daddy brothers and sisters.
Yes, we are real. No step, no nothing.
Yeah.
Most of my memories is with
us, you. Just growing up.
Yeah, I ain't really got too much more.
Yeah, and then was the greatest times of our life. We still, and I'm gonna bring it up. I feel like, and I know your inspiration of music was B Wood. See, the world don't know who he is.
R.P. B Wood, Lil Rock know, North Lil Rock for sure know. R.P. my cousin, my blood cousin. See, a lot of people don't even know that.
He was ahead of. He was like a Tupac. He was way ahead.
Bro. Dog, that nigga. Everything I see about him is like a movie. Cause it was so long ago. And it was so romanticized because we was so young, but we watching him.
Right.
He was amazing. Bro, you remember sitting outside of Aunt Agnes' house? Mm-hmm. And that nigga having the cordless phone, winning all them freestyle battles. And we'll be out there.
The roll call.
Bro, what?
92 Stack 3 Baby Boy.
I remember the point where they started to call him.
Yeah.
Remember that?
They be on hold.
They'd be like, hey, bro.
Because he was telling me to get on there, but I'm like, I can't get through. The line be so busy. Nah, them niggas used to be on hold. They have my hold
on here tonight, bro. We used to be outside listening to that. So, yeah, RP, my nigga.
What did B Wood mean to you?
Man, he was one of the first examples of like a conscious rebel.
Yes,
like
that's why I say he was like a Tupac.
He wasn't stupid at all.
No,
right? But he taught me. I ain't never really got to speak on this shit. You know what I mean? What I saw and what I carried from him is that if it's gonna happen, it's best you do it first.
Yeah.
Like if you in a space and you feel that shit,
yeah,
just get on that shit.
Yeah.
And not only will your chances of making it out that situation increase, but people gonna start to know that's how you are. Yeah. Like everywhere you go. Yeah. Right. Not saying it's a good or bad thing. Like what I took from him is that, and he always made sure ambition. He always made sure everybody was with him. If you walked in with B Wood, you was gonna walk out with B. I don't care. Man. And I'm talking about it got crazy some nights. Yeah. But you were gonna, he making sure we're Quincy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We lead, we came together, we lead together. But man, that nigga was a goddamn fool. I'm talking about people be telling me about people that was a fool. I didn't see them. I saw B Wood. B Wood was a motherfucking fool, bro. I be like, what? Half the time I'm thinking like, why is this nigga tripping right now?
And the crazy part, he was a little nigga. He was short.
You know what's crazy? I didn't even know how little he was till I grew up. Yeah. That's how big he was in my mind.
He was like this figure to us.
Because every room he walked in, nobody treated him like the littlest nigga. He took up the room. He took up the space with his charisma. Mm-hmm. Girls loved him. The niggas was either
nigga used to have on cowboy boots with a Kango hat. Man, I said, boy, that shit crazy, but niggas don't. That was his style.
I remember
he was a trailblazer.
I remember being at Uncle Paul house, and they had a big show with the radio station that day. Yeah, I think he was there, bro. And everybody pulled up today. It was like the party before, bro. That nigga really romanticized what hip hop is for me. So I had other influences, but as far as the action of it, I got to see a nigga that was almost really finna make it. Right?
I'm finna tell you something that you don't know.
I know Master P was finna fly in for that nigga that next week.
When he did that robbery, Uncle Paul told me. He said when he got.
I was there when bro. I remember being there. Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. That day of the show, we all just chilling, getting ready to go to the little outside. It was some shit. Big shit. 92.3 somebody. Yeah. And he came out like, hey, they just called. Like we out there, he was like, who? He like, nigga, Pete, No Limit just called. Like they coming. Yeah. Like call his house phone.
They wanted that nigga.
They wanted that nigga.
His style, bro. I sit down and I think about his style right now. Bro, he was so different. I'm gonna tell you who kind of put me in the mindset of him a little bit. Without the singing, Zero. His
Zero.
He
had a little more.
Zero just put you in the mindset of how B Wood. If you can explain a nigga, you explain B Wood. Then you be like, that's Zero. Zero is a nigga that I could kind of say, if I had to put a motherfucker who kind of remind me of him and how he thinking, he one deep and solo, I said, man, that's that B Wood shit.
That nigga, bro, man, I know people, we don't want to waste nobody's time, but this just family talking. Fuck y'all.
Oh yeah, people gonna see all of this shit.
I remember just watching dude, bro, and how people treated that young man. And he wasn't mad, like, again, we younger, so everything is amplified. He was young too, nigga. He wasn't no grown. He was going in these spaces as a young nigga with grown niggas.
He seemed so like Tupac died at 24. He seemed like he was 40 to us.
That's how B Wood was. And no exaggeration. I know y'all don't know him. No exaggeration, but the people, the older, cause it's gonna be some old heads that know some real live. If you did that, you know, that little stint up there in Little Rock. Yeah. You know B Wood, Brian, bro. He was like that. You know what I mean?
Boy, that Northside shit, that Playboy shit, boy, that nigga right there. This a whole, you know what? We really doing some shit that ain't never been spoken on.
Yeah, for sure.
On camera. Sure.
Nobody ever spoke on it. And it always kind of, I mean, I get it, bro. It be, you know, people is people, time be moving. it'd be a lot of people that mean something to people, but I know for sure Lil Rock smile as fuck first.
Boy,
off, right?
You know I know.
And my cousin and your cousin at a certain point was him. Not just him on record, but like the nigga was outside. Like, bro, what? Man, I never seen it. I never seen this little dude back down.
Yeah.
I never seen him like stop pressing to be better. He was still like, he was that person. That's what I'm saying. Like a nigga, a gangster with morals.
Yeah.
Like he still had morals though.
Yeah.
But at the line when the morality stopped, that nigga was.
Bro, and people don't realize he was a little nigga, but he will whoop your ass.
That's what I'm telling you. At the line where the morality stopped, B-Wood gonna, they gonna see this and be like, man, that nigga ain't, okay, whatever.
Man,
I'm telling you right now.
Bro, and I'm gonna speak on it cause I'm a part of this story too with B-Wood, bro.
We both
the world wasn't ready for that type of dude because he put you in the mind. You know how they say the good die young and they die too early.
Right.
His realness and how he gonna speak on shit, he put you in the mindset of like a category where like a Pimp C or some type shit.
Yeah, them
niggas was just so ahead. They gonna speak on nigga on that gay shit. Fuck that. He gonna, you know what I'm saying? They gonna call it out as soon as they see it right there.
I cried so hard when I got that call. I think about this all the time, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, it come up maybe at least 3-4 times a year. Just, I don't know, it's some, like I'm doing some music or whatever. I still remember where I was when I got the call.
Yeah.
And it was one of them cries where I didn't really want to because I know him.
Yeah.
He gonna be like, nigga, shut up. Your bitch ass. Nigga, get up out the ground. But boy, I couldn't help it. Especially the way he died. The cops killed him. I always feel like, bro, what I feel, see, this is good. You're going to get me used to this part. You know what I mean? Talking.
No, yeah, we got it.
Speaking.
It's all edited too. All this shit, I got you.
No, I want to talk. It's some shit that needs to be said.
I'm pouring me a drink. Spit it out.
I always felt like the Lil Rock PD had it out for my cousin.
Yeah.
So all that shit we just explained, that's the nigga who went into the penitentiary.
Right.
And from my knowledge, including our uncle, shout out Uncle Pee Wee.
Man, we gonna talk about him too.
Shout out Uncle Pee Wee. A hard, like, to my direct knowledge, the same nigga we talking about that was outside, he was like the inside, bro. And even worse, right. He contain and can control his surroundings. And I know for sure that nigga was in there giving them laws, the blues, bro. You know what I mean? Everybody.
And you know Uncle Pee Wee and B Wood was locked up together.
That's what I'm telling you. So I heard this directly from Pee Wee. Like that nigga was a real boss in there, right? So I just always felt like the way it happened, it was just too fast. And mind you, remember when it celebrated, you was there when it celebrated when he got out. It had hurt my heart because he had that 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah,
nigga, like he was B-Wood, but he was way more like we was going to that one club, and I remember standing in line, and I looked back, and B-Wood was like kind of by the cars, just kind of doing this, and I was like, B-Wood, we finna go in.
But he was always on point.
He was like,
you could never catch that nigga by surprise on nothing.
He said, man, Q. He said, bro, I done a lot of shit, bro.
Yeah.
His first time being in a club out. He went to jail young, got out as a grown man.
Yeah.
And he was like, Q, I done a lot of shit.
That nigga went at 18, 19, bro. He did 5-6 years.
He's like, bro, I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So we ended up convincing him to go in, but you remember we left quick in like 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
They never said well with me because I know that spark that was lost, it was stuck inside that jail.
It got
took in that jail. And I'm like, damn, where did my nigga go? Like, he had to be in there really getting at it.
He was getting at it.
When he came out, he just wasn't the same.
Bro, he went from high school to the pen.
Yeah.
He went from high school to the pen.
That always made me feel like the way
I feel like he was trying to catch up. I seen him, he got out, he had that Lincoln, that black Lincoln. Mm-hmm. He pulled up on me one day. I needed a jump. I said, man, I called him. I said, man, come give me a jump. He pulled up over there on me off John Barrow. He got out. He was like, man, I got some cables. He moving fast. He talking. He ain't agitated, but he
I know what
he was on edge about something.
Always. How long was he out before the cops killed him?
He was maybe out.
It wasn't that long.
It wasn't that long, bro.
Maybe 3 or 4 months, maybe 6. It wasn't. Was it a year?
It wasn't even a year.
It wasn't a year.
Cause I'm gonna tell you what I used to compare it to. It went from that Pimp C. It went from Free Pimp C to RP Pimp C. That's how it went.
That's how it was. Bro.
Well, Free B Wood to RP B Wood, quick, within a year or so.
Yep.
But he told me, he said, I ain't going back. And
man,
he knew.
He
said, I ain't going back.
It's crazy having an interview with my cousin because
his life
told me the same shit.
He knew that he got himself in a situation, but being down there in that pen, he knew he was bigger than that.
For sure.
Like, nigga, I ain't going back to that shit.
That nigga told me before I left. That's why I cried so hard. So this is our first time.
Man, that shit did have me fucked up. That nigga
told me before I left to come back to Dallas, bro. Them saying he looked me in my eyes in that black Lincoln.
Yeah.
And said, Q, I'm not going back. And I'm like, I respond like a little nigga. Man, of course, because you know you finna get a job. And he like, yeah. Later on, I'm knowing like he basically was saying I'm finna hop out this if I get pulled over. But that's what I'm saying. So this is why I think it was bigger than what we know. And nobody really ever spoke.
I mean, and Uncle Paul said it was a setup.
Bro, I'm telling you, listen, it was bigger, bro. Who talks like that? Like, nigga, you know, we didn't rock, right? And we didn't got out in the streets, and you always weary of getting pulled over when something happened.
Right.
B Wood wasn't talking like he was weary of it. He was talking like
he knew.
Bro, I'm telling you, which made more sense. I know a lot of them don't know all the story. You can clip in shit. Which made more sense why the nigga from my account didn't even hesitate. Like he just hopped out the car with the gauge, turned around and started busting. It wasn't like hey, put your hands up, and he didn't want to.
He knew it.
Stopped the car.
He knew he was still on parole. See, B Wood, I'm gonna tell you something that's real crazy about his situation. He went to jail. I know B Wood went to jail on a 16-year sentence, but he did 5 years. Okay. I seen this story. I looked it up. This was probably he would have got out. He would have been all papers. Was this 2025, 2021, 2022. So he would have been on papers that whole time on parole. And I said, damn, bro, the date came. I was reading the shit and I said, damn, this nigga, he would have just now been getting out paper, but he been dead for 10 years. That fucked me up when I seen that article on him. And I was like, damn. I mean, I know we on B Wood. The world don't know who he is.
It's all right. We can use it for our kids, nigga. I ain't never got to really I've been doing this shit a minute and never had a platform that's from the soil of like where I'm born. So I never spoke on it. I done said his name several songs. I didn't, all of that. But it's the first time I got to really speak on. I really truly feel like the Little Rock PD,
North Little Rock PD,
hunted him. Mind you, the nigga was bro. He was a terror on North Little Rock PD, bro. That nigga was a
bro. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, and this is what's crazy, and we gonna tie all this in because we gonna jump into this Dallas shit.
You good. Take your time, bro.
Bro, in the sense, B Wood was like a Mo 3.
Oh, for sure.
That nigga was like a Mo 3, bro. He was that type of personality,
and we not just saying it. Like the nigga was. He was like Mo 3. Like I just explained to you that
he was an underdog.
I learned from him that if you felt something, you go after it first. Yeah. That's kind of that dog mentality or that underdog mentality. And he felt that everywhere. You can tell by why he walked in places like he thought, you think I'm a little nigga, but I'm in here with I'm in here with the North. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah, bro. And I know he was a terror on them, and I just feel like they hunted him down. He might have known something that didn't need to get out. He might have just had some on his head from inside. He might have done the wrong thing before he went in, but the way B Wood talked to me before I left him, I know he knew that they was coming for him. And I always felt that way.
He knew he was a target.
Yeah.
Cause he was gonna make some noise.
Yeah.
So
RIP my nigga B Wood, man. We miss you.
There was an inspiration.
Shout out Uncle Paul, you know what I mean?
Shout out to P Funk, shout out to Gil, AKG, baby.
Yeah.
The boy, they used to throw some hell of a parties over there.
What? Oh,
bro, that shit used to be crazy.
I remember, bro. You know that scene? Hold on.
They used to throw some hell of a house parties over there, motherfucker.
No, bro. He was really a funny throw nigga, bro. That be the gangster most niggas, though.
And he'll fight on the drop of a dime. Like, you say something crazy, he gonna fire off on the nigga quick. He gonna steal off on the nigga quick.
Uncle Paul parties used to be like that scene in Boys in the Hood.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, every time I see that scene, that's exactly how it look.
Yeah.
You could tell this is a gangster party.
Gangster party. They got the big ass speakers in there this tall.
Music 2, 3 all the way up.
Boy, that shit was crazy.
Man, our childhood was fire. B Wood back there counting money. Hey, bro, you was there, bro.
I know.
We all got them together. Bro, you remember one time that nigga went under his bed and pulled out that shoebox full of money?
Man, that shit fucked me up.
Man, you remember that shit?
He was the first
nigga. He pulled out the pistol too. It was like in a
He was the first nigga I ever seen put money in a shoebox.
Bro,
before niggas even said that.
I mean, under his bed in that dirty ass little room. Hey, we spent a lot of time in there. Like, we funky little nigga. That nigga put that Nike box right there, opened that bitch up, and we was like, I couldn't, at that time, I couldn't even conceive how he would have had that much money.
Bro, and B Wood was doing shit way ahead of times. I remember I used to be over there, and back you used to have a stereo and you used to have 2 tape players on the side. You put tapes in the motherfucker. Mm-hmm. He showed me how to push record on both of them motherfuckers and rap.
Yourself. Dog,
I said,
what the fuck? I remember, dog, this is crazy. I never got to speak on
Bro, that shit blew my mind. He in there recording.
Really blew my mind because I done a lot of interviews, right?